Hidden in the eastern highlands of Ethiopia lies Harar, a city unlike any other in Africa. Known as Harar Jugol, this ancient walled city is a living museum, where stone alleyways whisper centuries of stories, where faith shapes daily life, and where tradition remains stronger than time itself. Harar is not just a destination, it is a memory carved in stone. Harar sits on a plateau in eastern Ethiopia, surrounded by rolling hills and fertile lands that once made it a vital crossroads for trade between the African interior, the Red Sea, and the Arabian Peninsula. The climate is mild, cooler than the lowlands, with fresh air that carries the scent of earth, spices, and history. The surrounding countryside is dotted with small farms and traditional villages, where people still live close to nature, growing sorghum, coffee, and khat. Life here follows the rhythm of the land, just as it has for generations. Nature does not overpower Harar, it gently frames it. At the heart of Harar stands its greatest symbol, the ancient wall, built in the 13th century. This wall encircles the old city, protecting more than 200 narrow alleyways, traditional homes, mosques, and shrines. Inside the walls, time feels slower. The streets are intentionally narrow, designed to provide shade and defense. Colorful doors open into hidden courtyards, where families have lived for centuries. Because of its exceptional preservation, Harar Jugol is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Within its walls stand more than 80 mosques and over 100 shrines, some dating back hundreds of years. Islam arrived in Harar very early, and the city became a center of Islamic learning in East Africa. Scholars traveled here from Arabia, Persia, and the Horn of Africa, turning Harar into a beacon of knowledge, spirituality, and culture. Faith in Harar is not only practiced, it is lived. Alongside this strong Islamic presence, Harar is also home to a smaller but meaningful Catholic community. Catholicism arrived in the region mainly through missionaries during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Catholic churches, schools, and social institutions became part of the city's landscape, contributing to education and healthcare. Although Catholics are a minority, their presence adds another layer to Harar's rich religious identity.
Salam, salam no, indina. Yes.
What makes Harar truly special is not just its religious diversity. but the way communities have learned to live together. Muslims and Christians, including Catholics, often share neighborhoods, marketplaces, and public spaces. Religious celebrations are respected across communities, and social harmony remains a defining characteristic of the city. Horror shows that faith does not have to divide. Instead, it can become a bridge. One of horror's most famous traditions is the hyena feeding ritual. Every evening, local hyena men call wild hyenas from the surrounding hills and feed them by hand, sometimes mouth to mouth. This ancient practice symbolizes coexistence between humans and nature, trust over fear, and harmony over domination. It is a tradition found nowhere else on Earth. The markets of horror are alive with color and movement. Spices, baskets, coffee beans, incense, and handmade goods fill the streets. Merchants sit where their ancestors once traded, continuing a tradition older than many modern nations. Coffee holds a special place here, not just as a drink, but as a ritual of hospitality and community. Sharing coffee in horror means sharing time, respect, and conversation. Horror's coffee grows in a dry highland environment, unlike the lush forests of southern Ethiopia. The region sits at elevations between 1,400 and 2,000 meters above sea level, where warm days and cool nights slow the maturation of coffee cherries. This natural rhythm allows the beans to develop their distinctively bold and complex flavor. Harvesting is done by hand, with farmers carefully selecting ripe red cherries, preserving quality over quantity. Modern horror faces challenges: urban change, economic pressure, and the influence of the outside world. Yet the city continues to protect its identity. Electric wires run alongside ancient walls. Smartphones appear in centuries-old homes. But traditions endure. Faith endures. The city breathes with the same rhythm it has known for hundreds of years. Horror does not chase the future. It walks with it, slowly, wisely. Horror is not just an Ethiopian city. It is a symbol of cultural survival, spiritual depth, and human coexistence. In a world that moves too fast, horror reminds us that some places are meant to be preserved, not frozen, but respected. To walk its streets is to walk through living history. To listen to its people is to hear the voice of centuries. Thank you for watching. Wait for other interesting videos from US.